Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending this workshop on mastering the art of research from inquiry to insight. Uh, I'm Fatima Khulusi Rafdar. I'm a research and instruction librarian, and I'll be guiding you through today's session. Let me tell you, this session is a recording, and I know a lot of people registered, but if just not all of them attended, it's okay because I know a lot of students were waiting for the recording. But just to let you know that my colleague Inbar is here with me and is the co-host of this session. We are going to monitor the chat box. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, unmute yourself, or put in the chat box. And while I'm presenting, I will just turn off the video in order for you to focus on the screen. But you are more than welcome to have your videos on. Okay. So let's start. Okay. Okay. Actually, research doesn't have to be overwhelming. And I, as a librarian, am here to show you how to make the process easier and more effective. So let's go to the objectives of this session. So here, what I'm going to cover today, actually, we are going to cover today. First of all, how to develop strong research questions and the best search strategies to find relevant information, how to navigate library databases effectively, how to organize your sources using citation management tools such as RefWorks, and finally, a hands-on demonstration where we'll put everything into action. By the end of this session, you'll have the tools to research smarter, but not harder, okay? So let's start with developing research questions. So the key to great research is asking the right questions. If your question is too broad, you'll get too much irrelevant information. If it is too narrow, you may not find enough resources. So how do you develop a good research question? Start with a broad topic and narrow it down, and ask how, why, and what questions. Make sure your question is clear and researchable, okay, through the databases. A strong research question helps you focus your research and get better results. Let's go through a kind of random example for research question. Instead of a broad question like social media effects, a better research question would be, how does social media impact student engagement in online learning? You may ask me, why is this better? Because this question, it's specific. We are looking at a student engagement in online learning, not just any effect of social media. It is researchable, means that we can find academic studies on this. I will show you, okay? and it sets up a cause and effect relationship that can be explored. When working on your research topic or question, try to refine your topic in the same way. Make it more specific, make it researchable, and create a relationship like cause and effect. Okay? Let's go through some common research strategies. Now that we have a research question, how do we find the best resources? Start broad with primary subject term. Okay, you may ask me what subject terms are. Subject terms actually are standardized keywords used by databases to categorize articles. Let me say it another way. Actually, databases categorize articles using specific subject terms. These are the keywords that will help you get relevant results. For example, for our topic, we might start with these subject terms like social media, like student engagement, and online learning. We call them keywords or subject terms. Refine your search using Boolean operators. Think of these like search filters, okay? For example, and Boolean operator and narrows your results. For example, we can combine our research keywords or subject terms like these: social media and student engagement and online learning. We can make our results broader by using the Boolean operator of OR. For example, student participation or student involvement. Okay, these are kind of synonym: participation, involvement. We will talk about this. We can use not a Boolean operator that excludes some terms or phrases, such as social media, not higher education. Okay, it means that we ask the databases search for resources about social media, but not about higher education. Okay, and the relationship of higher education to social media. Use database tools. Check subject headings in articles you find. Use filters for dates, peer-reviewed sources, and other types of sources. Some databases have a thesaurus to suggest better terms. Make sure to use them. I will show you all of them kind of live after going through these slides. Okay. The other things that we should consider when we are searching within the databases is try using variations and synonyms. Databases index articles, resources differently. So mix up your terms. For example, instead of using just social media, try change it to kind of equivalent or here synonym like digital communication. Okay. Okay, so or instead of online learning, you may try using virtual learning. Through some databases, if you put online learning, it is just an example. You may not get a lot of resources or enough resources, but as soon as you change it to some other variations or synonyms, like virtual learning, for example, you may get more. Okay, because through that database, some articles about this index virtual learning instead of online learning. Hopefully it makes sense. And evaluate and adjust. If you're getting too many results, when you put your keywords or subject term and you get too many results, try adding Boolean operator and, as I explained, to narrow the results down. If you're getting too few results, use OR to expand your search. Okay, I'll show you how they work. And use advanced search fields like title, abstract, keywords to refine further. Okay, so navigating library databases. Let's talk a little about this before we go to the live demonstration. Choose the right database. Different subjects have different databases, okay? In addition to multidisciplinary ones, we will talk about it later. Use advanced search features to get the best results when you're searching within the databases. Review abstracts or description before clicking on full articles. This saves time, okay? Save useful articles so you don't have to search for them again later, okay? As I said, after going through these slides, I'll walk you through a live demonstration so you can see these strategies in action. And let me introduce you to RefWorks. I believe a lot of you know about it, but I want to emphasize that when you found great resources, you need to keep track of those. Okay, so citation management tools can help you. One of them that the library has subscriptions to is RefWorks. So it has subscriptions, so you have free access to, and you have access to all features for free. So the citation management tools like RefWorks let you save and organize your research materials. Import citations directly from databases. I'll show you how it works. And generate citation in different formats like APA, MLA, and other styles. And collaborate and share your research through the platform, okay, through that tool. I'm going to give you some final tips. So before we move on to the live demo, actually, research is a process, so you should be flexible and adapt as you go. Keep track of your resources to avoid backtracking. Use librarians, research and instructions librarians especially support when needed. We are here to help. And of course, if you have any questions, maybe now is the time to ask, but maybe not, maybe later. Don't worry. Whenever you have any questions, just try to reach us out, okay? So I put some Waters library hyperlinks here for you. Just for your convenience, I'm gonna share these slides after the session, after the video, and I'm gonna share the video recording as well with you whenever it's, ready. After I'm gonna edit it, and whenever it's ready, I will share with you, and I will share the slides with you. So I put the hyperlinks here for your convenience, so you can just click on those. So I'm going to go through some of those in my live demonstration. But if you have any questions later, you may ask me. Some of those links are linked to the guides. So it's a walkthrough guide I think that you may not have any difficulties when you go through those. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to stop the slides and take you to the library page. Hopefully you see the library page. If not, let me know. Let me adjust the screen. Okay. Do you have any questions for now? Just If you have any questions, you may just unmute yourself and ask it. Okay, I'm gonna this. Okay, so I'm gonna take you to the library page. Again, I don't know how much you guys are familiar with the library, but this is the library page, and it is the URL still is tmuc.edu/library. And if you Google it, Waters Library, you can get to the website, or it is the link of the library is available on the university website. Okay. So when you open the page, it is by default on OneSearch. OneSearch is the library collection, and it includes all the databases, all journals, everything. But it is good. I like it. I'm going to show you how it works. But it is more useful whenever you have citations. I mean, you have the information of the resource that you're looking for, like book title, article title, the author's name, the ISSN number, and something like that. Okay, but I'm gonna show you how it works whenever you have a kind of broad idea, broad topic, and you want to start with. Okay, so I have a broad idea, and this time I want to look for books on that. Okay, I said that it's better to go to advanced search during the in my presentation through the slides. I told you advanced search because advanced search can help you manage your search strategies much more efficient and efficiently and better. Okay. So here is the advanced search of OneSearch. OneSearch, I said that it's a library whole collection. Sometimes, you know what, whenever we go directly to databases that I'll show you later after this, can give you more kind of targeted focus to the subject, available resources. But this one, maybe whenever you're looking for articles through this, it's good. But you should go, if you're looking for any kind of articles through any specific databases, you should go through those and find it. You know what? But it is okay. But my preference is to go through the actually databases. Let me see, there is a question maybe in chat. Monica, is there any tutoring for research and investigation of a research project in Spanish? If so, where I can find this information? You know, Monica, you mean in a Spanish language, so you understand better? Did I understand correctly?
Well, I was asking because like I'm bilingual, but my
Uh-huh.
project research is in Spanish. So when I want to know if there is any tutoring that you're offering, like if I have already my project research and if they can revise it because this is the project research is in Spanish.
Oh, it is in a Spanish language, you mean?
Yes,
Okay.
in Spanish language.
Could you find just questioning between, could you find resources in Spanish, or your resources are all in Spanish?
Well, no, I can do it in both
Uh-huh.
English and Spanish,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know if I can email you and you can give me some reference to somebody or like because what
Okay.
I really want is if they can read what I'm doing, if I'm doing the right thing or not.
Okay, got you. So I unfortunately I can't speak Spanish, okay? But I'm gonna investigate and see who can help with this. Could you please email me after this session with your request, okay? And
Yes,
then
that's fine.
yeah, I'm gonna give my email address one more time. Please email me, and I will follow up with that, okay?
Yes, yes, thank you. And I'm sorry I
You
just wanted to
no,
interrupt
no, no,
the
no, 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 no.
I
It's
just
not
wanted to
interruption, and I like your question. Okay. Thank you so
thank
much for
you.
attending this workshop. Okay.
Thank
And
you.
if you want me to repeat something when I'm talking, okay, so let me know. And I totally understand because I speak another language, and English is my second language, but I totally understand. And it was a very good question. Okay. So anyway. Let me go back. So I'm gonna go to the this advanced search and put kind of broad subject terms. I explained what subject term is. Okay. Remember our research question that we created? So how does social media impact the student engagement in online learning? So I'm gonna use these and get one of those subject terms as an example from these, like social media. Okay, I'm gonna put social media here. Oops, social media. Okay, so and then when you click on any fields, it says title. These are means that I'm looking for these subject terms, looking for this specific field, like in title, like author. Actually, it's not an author, or subject, or ISSN. But so my preference is to keep it on any field. Okay, so it works sometimes better. And then through some databases, when we have a phrase, it works better when we put them in quotation marks. But sometimes it works, sometimes not. Sometimes whenever it works like a kind of adjective for media, so we can remove. We should, we don't need, actually, it's better to say, we don't need to use quotation marks, okay? Sometimes through some databases, we put quotation marks, and as I said, it doesn't work. So it doesn't hurt to give it a try. Let me check the chat box one more time. Oh, you're welcome. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, and when you are in advanced search, so you can refine your search by the resource type. So for example, by books, by articles, by journals. So I said that we are looking for books this time, okay? And by language, for example, maybe Spanish, maybe English, okay? So depends on the language that you wanna have the resource in. So I'm not gonna limit that. So, but if you'd like, you may do that. And I'm going to do the publication date later, but if it is a matter for you, you should do that, but I'll show you how, okay? And then here, I'm going to just double check and put books and ebooks, okay? And hit search. Let's see what happens. Okay, it gave me, because I put it in quotation mark, it gives me just the ones with the title of the books that has social media inside, okay, within the title, okay? And then to make it gave me how many? 4,254 results. And I believe it is too many. So we need to filter them through the library page, actually collection. The column to the left is the section that give you opportunity to filter, refine your search results. Okay. So these two items available online, available in the library, filter your results by online books, ebooks, or print books, or both. If you're looking for both, you may click within both, okay? Like this. But if you're looking just for ebooks, just click within this box available online. And open access are those books that are open access. It means that publicly available. Okay, but it doesn't mean that they are not reliable, but we should be more cautious about, but they are free for everybody to access, okay? And then resource type, we said books. So it's already in the filter, so we don't need to, but you may do that. And you know that books not necessarily peer-reviewed, they are scholarly, but they are not 100% peer-reviewed, because it's different from the articles. So because of this, it doesn't have the peer-reviewed filtering here. You may ask me what peer-reviewed is. Let me very quickly let you know what peer-reviewed is. So we have some scholarly resources written by scholars, by professors, by researchers. When we call them peer-reviewed, it means that they have been through an extra process for being accepted into the journals, scholarly journals, and it is the peer-reviewed process. It means that some other scholars in the same field, some other professionals in the same field, researchers, review the resource in order to get confirmed for the final process, final step to go to the publication. Okay, so they are the most, not the only, but the most reliable scholarly resources. Okay. So, and then publication date, you may do it like manually, like 2001. I want them for example, the last 10 years, so 2015. And then make sure to click within this box and refine it. Okay. And then resource type, we already did it, publication, and I'm okay with the other things. So I'm gonna see that, okay, from 4,000 is 2,000, change to 2,000. So I think, oh, maybe it didn't work, available online. Oh, when you're doing this, you shouldn't forget that, like me, to apply filters, okay? So now the filters I did are available online, years, and that's it for now. Okay, so it is 2,948, and you may go directly, click on the title and go directly to this page that gives you, and scroll down, see that if it has any abstracts. Okay, if there is any abstract, please read it before going to the actual book. Usually we don't have kind of abstracts in the library kind of page. But when you go to the actual book, let me see. Yeah, there should be some here overview like, so you may read it and see that if this is the one that you really wanna save it and keep it and use it for your research. Okay, I'm gonna go back and show you some tools here on the library page that help you to organize and save and cite your book, your resource. So library has some QR code, permanent link. You may save the permanent link, you may print it, you may email it to yourself, and you may send it to RefWorks. RefWorks, I said that it's a kind of citation management tool. So I'm going to talk about it later, today, now, but a little bit later. And these are the other citation management tools like EndNote Web that the library has, the link into the databases I'll show you. Or you may just click on citation, and depends on the citation styles that you're working with, select the ones and use them. For example, APA 7th edition. As soon as you click on that, it gives you the citation, but it is a machine. Don't trust it 100%. Check with the manuals that your professors introduce, or other manuals, like APA citation manual or Purdue OWL online, that gives you kind of samples, examples, and the instruction on how to create, and double check with the kind of, maybe the format looks okay, but double check with those, because sometimes the capitalization, the punctuation may have some problems and you need to fix them. Okay. So RefWorks. RefWorks, you know what, is a citation management tools. For example, I told you what is that. It is a kind of third-party platform that the library has subscriptions to, and you can send whatever resources you find through different databases to that platform in order to have your own collection and make it accessible whenever you want, without forgetting about where, for example, you forget that, okay, where I save that, through what database I found that resource. Because I had some students email me and said that, hey, I was working with a resource and I cited it within my work, but I cannot find it, So whenever you're working on your research, you may encounter a lot of resources, and it's hard to go back to them whenever they've been saved in different locations or through even databases. So I suggest that use RefWorks. So I want to send this one to my RefWorks. When I click that, so if it is the first time you haven't had any accounts and it is the first time you use that, you should click on no accounts and sign up here. So it asks you for your email address. It must be actually the library, university email address. Okay, and then the password, it is the password, a new password, the password for this platform, not the university platform password. Okay, and then it asks for your university email address in order to give you access for free. Okay, so whenever you have you put your credential information here, you need to sign in, and it takes you to this page. It is so easy. Just follow the prompts. I mean, it says import, click on import. And then it says, go to the last imported, go to the last import, click on that and go to the last imported. And this is the book that I sent it here a few seconds ago, okay? So here I can create folders, I can share it with whoever has an account within RefWorks. I can create a bibliography for all the citation or within each folder or with individual one. For example, these are the last imported resources that I recently imported here, okay? So I want bibliographic information for all of them. So I say create bibliography, and then here, because I work with APA 7th edition, this is the list of references. Okay, you don't want a list of references. You want just one of those for just the book. You may just click on these, and again, the same process. Okay, so here it is. It has a lot of other features. You may want to go to tools and see that how much it can be helpful whenever you're doing your research within Google Doc, for example, how you can have in-text citation and something like that. Okay, this session is not about RefWorks. I'm not going to go through this in detail, but I put the link to the guide how to work with RefWorks in the resources slide that I'm going to share with you. Okay, so, and I'm going to close this. Do you have any questions so far? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the library page, and so far I showed you how to search for resources through the library collection, one search. Now I'm gonna take you to databases. Here, databases. You should click on databases. It's gonna give you a search box. This search box is not for subject terms. It is for the database title, if you know. Or if you know the title, you want to go directly to that list, you may click on the initial of that database name. But if you don't know either, so you may click on browse by subject, and gives you all databases available within the library, kind of on different subjects, okay? Or you may go to the multidisciplinary ones, like here. Okay, multidisciplinary ones are those that you can find resources about various subjects, not just education, not just biology, not just this and that. Okay, or you may go click on all, and I'm going to take you to research starters. Okay, and these are some multidisciplinary ones that I'm going to start with those, okay? I'm going to go to today, show you very quickly how to work with Academic Search Premier and ProQuest One Academic. And if we have time, I'll take you to JSTOR. If not, that's okay. You can, if you want to work with JSTOR and other databases, you should contact me or my colleagues for one-on-one research consultation, okay? So let's go to Academic Search Premier. I can go to Academic Search Premier here, or I can click on A and scroll down, and it is here as well, okay? So either. So let's go to that. So recently, academic search premieres, interface change, and a lot of valuable and helpful features been added. I'm going to show you, okay? So let's accept the cookies if you'd like. And then here is the basic search box and the homepage of this database. As I said, my preference is going to advanced search in order to manage my search strategy much better. So here I told you that we need the subject terms. So I'm gonna just go ahead and use some of the subject terms from my research question, like a student participation. Okay. And I'm going to use the Boolean operators. Here, this time, I talk about these. And gonna, first of all, start with kind of narrower search results. I'm going to use the Boolean operator and. Whenever I use and, it means that I ask the database to search for resources about both my terms, okay? So a student participation and online learning. Okay, let me do this. You may, as soon as you put your subject terms, it gives you some kind of suggestions. You may use them. Let me use this one. Student participation, online learning. It says that or e-learning or distance learning. You know what? These are the equivalents or synonyms that I talk about this within the slides. Okay. So as soon as I add or, I make it broader. I mean, the search results broader. Does it make sense? If I remove this, okay, the search results gonna be narrower because it's gonna be just on this and that. But as soon as I add another phrase based of the database suggestion or e-learning or distance learning, it's gonna make it broader, okay? Please ask me if you have any questions. So I'm gonna keep on these. Let's see. I'm looking for full text. What's the difference between? When I put full text, it means that I need just access the full text, not just the bibliographic information. But if you're working on your thesis or dissertation, especially dissertation, and you want to know about all available literature on your research question or research topic, my suggestion is not click within this, not filter with full text, because let the database give you all available, even though you don't have access to the full text, you may access them from interlibrary loan. It gives you at least the bibliographic information. Okay, but if it is kind of assignment or course project, I would click within this. Okay, and if you want to have references, especially, just click within this. I'm not going to do this because it's going to give me the full text. But peer-reviewed, I spoke about it. Definitely, I'm going to click within these because now I'm looking for articles. And then the publication date's going to be, I'm going to use past 5 years, sorry. And then document type, I'm looking for articles. Publication type, I'm okay with this. Language, either. So whatever language that works for you. And then I'm going to hit search. Let's see what happens. I didn't put them in quotation mark because I know through this database, especially with the new interface, it works within itself because I believe that they incorporated some AI searching, a smart searching with it. So I'm not going to put quotation mark through this. Let me see what happens. So it gave me 182. I think it is good. Okay, I think it is good. Let me go back to before going through these. Let me do some more filtering. You know what? 182, sometimes you think that it is good. sometimes you think that, okay, no, I need make it more filters. So you may go back to the advanced search and here do more filtering. What? Maybe you want to go to search options. You know what? I said that some AI kind of search strategies been incorporated into. We used to do it manually just for proximity. We used to do some punctuation in order to ask it to do proximity, but it put it here themselves in new version of that. And the other things I really like that is a smart text searching. Whenever I put a smart text searching, it's gonna smartly search within all available actually the resources. I'll show you what happens. And then I'm going to ask it for some expanders like, hey, I'm going to ask, hey, do this search within all related words, okay? Or search within full text also, an equivalent subject. It didn't used to have this. It didn't have this. Okay, used to be like different. And now I love it because the database added it. So I can just click within that, made my research much easier. Okay, so I'm gonna go now. So far we had 180, I think. Now I added this. Let's see what happens. Okay, it made it 5,000. You may like it, you may not. But sometimes whenever you get, you know what, narrow results and you want to have broader, you through EBSCO, okay, you may go to advanced search and go to search options and do these. If you don't want it, that's okay. If you're good with 180, so that's okay. So go back to proximity, means the proximity means the search terms. I'll show you what I mean. And then remove these filters, okay? I'm gonna have this one and then go back and then you're gonna see 182. Okay, proximity means the number of the words between your search terms. I put students and online learning, okay? It gave me student and some words between. Okay, participation for online learners, some words between. It means proximity. But if you want to have no words between, okay, let me see. I'm going to use quotation marks. Sometimes it gives me nothing. Sometimes it gives me very narrow kind of results. Let me do this. Okay, let's see. You know, it changed to 55. If you're okay, do this. Okay, if not, so you may just have it on without quotation. So depends. I'm going to just show you how it works. Okay, but whenever we have a research topic, research question, and we know what exactly we are looking for, so we can decide on these strategies better. Okay, so this is how it works. If you have any questions later, you want me show you more features of these, please contact me or my colleagues and we can walk you through, okay? Because we don't have enough time, I'm gonna very quickly go back to other database. Do you have any questions here before I go back? Okay. I'm gonna go back and this time takes you to ProQuest, One Academic. These are the two, one of best bet, actually I can say databases to start and multidisciplinary ones, okay? So it is the homepage of ProQuest One Academic. I told you about the advanced search, so you may go there and it starts from here. Times I'm going to search for all my research subject terms like this. Let me put it like this. the actual words from my research, not equivalents or something. Okay, I'm going to show you if you start simply how it works. So social media, student engagement, and online learning. These are the three subject terms out of my research question. Okay, it was how does social media impact the student engagement in online learning? Okay, so you can use these narrow down box, put them social media and add more rows, or you may do them. You may put them here. So anyway. It depends on you, okay? And then you may wanna filter here. So full text, I told you the difference between clicking full text or not. And then peer reviewed, I told you about the meaning of peer reviewed and the usage. And the publication date maybe last 3 years. I don't know, I'm gonna just give it a try. And source type, I'm looking for, let me see, scholarly journals, because peer reviewed. When you put peer reviewed, you have to select scholarly journals, because newspapers articles we call them popular articles. They are not peer reviewed ones. They are not scholarly. They've been written by editors, okay, or random people, okay, not by scholars necessarily. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna keep it on anywhere and then go I forgot document type. Document type, now I'm looking for article and language, just select the language you'd like. And then I think I'm good. Let's click on search. Let's see what happens. Okay, it gave me 1,422 on these. It's good. It's good. So my filters are already here. Okay, so I can add more. I can more. My favorite part is this. I told you about thesaurus or the subject terms of the articles. This is the part that I was talking about. Let me just, when you click on subject, if you go to more, okay, it gives you list of all subject terms indexed within these search results, and you may make them narrower or broader by including and by excluding and including. Okay, so my original subject terms were social media, student engagement, and online learning. So I can make them narrower by including more subject terms like and. I told you, whenever you add more subject terms, your search results going to be narrower. For example, I want them in higher education, okay? So if you put include higher education, that 1,000 sum going to be reduced to 357. Hopefully it makes sense. Okay, I'm going to do this, show you. So 357. Okay, so if you like it, keep it. If not, you may remove it from here. Okay, so and you can add more than these. You can add 2, 3, include, exclude. Okay, it depends on your research question, your research resource requirement. And document type, we already selected articles, so but it added some other things like case study. If you're okay, just keep it. If not, just click on that to make sure all of them are articles. And then I'm okay with the other filters. So now I think it's a good number. Then I can go, you can do more filtering. You can make it more current to from 2022, make it to 2024. Okay, make it narrower. And then, for example, now it's a time to see that how much they are relevant. For example, I told you the best strategy is going to abstract and read it and see that how much relevant it is to what you're looking for. And then I told you some index subject terms like these are available in databases under the abstracts in order to give you some ideas, in order to help you brainstorm if you want to make it broader or narrower. So, or if you want to go to the articles about on these like online courses, when you click that, it gives you just articles about online courses. Okay, and the other information. And if you're okay with this, you may click with the PDF, full text, and go to PDF. This is the abstract from the database. This is the abstract from AI. So read both of them. Each one of them gives you some ideas. Maybe it's not very accurate, but this is the most accurate one. And here through the ProQuest, we have some tools on top of the page to the right that you may download it here. You may copy URL and so forth. You may cite it. If you click on cite, if you click on this drop-down box and select the style, it gives you the actual the citation. I told you, double check it, make sure, specifically whenever it is URL of the top of the page, it's not good. You need to go and find the DOI whenever you want to use it based on APA, whenever you want to use it on your paper, okay? So how to find DOI? Usually it is on the first page of the scholarly peer-reviewed articles. If you can't find it, there is a guide through the library page that you can walk you through how to find that. And RefWorks here, so you want to just save it through RefWorks. Again, click on RefWorks, follow the prompts, and then go to, it takes you to the ref. I already logged in, so I'm just gonna follow the prompts, and here it is. Okay, it is the article, and I can save it here. Okay, I have just 5 minutes. I'm gonna go back to the library page. These are the guides that I was talking about. You may go to the guides and find the information about guides on RefWorks, on DOI, on everything here. These are the guides that librarian created, give you quick access. Quick is better to say instruction. But if you need in-depth and thorough research assistance, please contact us, okay? You know what? The time is limited. There are a lot of information, and your research requirement might be different, and I cannot target all of them, address all of them. So it was just a kind of introduction, okay? So please contact us if you need any question, if you need any assistance, you have any questions, and you're looking for any resources, you cannot find it. We are here to help you. There are a lot of valuable resources, but a little bit you need maybe guide to access them. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on my camera and then ready to answer your questions. And thank you for listening to me. Be patient and listening to me. Let me just see. Okay. Sorry if I was quick. So do you have any questions? Let me see. You're welcome, Joshua. I will. I will send the slides and video, but please give me a few days to edit the video, and then I'll share with you. Okay, Joshua? Any other questions? Okay, thank you so much, and have a wonderful afternoon. You're welcome, Michael.